This land is ours. The Mexicans couldn't make it any clearer. From Utah, the state that many YouTube poop out of the Bible.
The 10th largest state in this land of ours is the state of Utah.
But check the news in the next 5 years, it's gonna move 4 spaces down.
Indian word meaning top of the mountain is bounded on the north by Idaho and Wyoming.
Which means Utah
on the east by Wyoming
is an
and
ass man.
Colorado, on the south by Arizona, and on the west by Nevada.
Who acts like their cooler older brother who peer pressures them all the time.
Thousands of years ago, most of what is now the state of Utah was covered by an enormous lake.
Which is probably now poisoned from the fuel of Spring Breakers pontoons.
At one time, it was almost 350 miles long and 1,000 feet deep.
But thanks to Slim Fast, it's only 35 inches deep.
Leaving only a few smaller bodies of water.
Just act natural. Don't act like someone who's burying yacht rock tapes in the bottom of the ocean.
In the water that it readily supports the human body. It's impossible to sink.
Oh gee, thanks, narrator. You had to tell me that now!
The development of Utah dates from the year 1847.
Or was that 46? I'd have to ask Paula about that. She knows more about this than I do.
To settle near the shores of the Great Salt Lake.
Look, kids, it's the monument to George Washington's Chinese half-brother.
The capital and largest city of the state of Utah
is a motel room in Indiana with a funny smell.
1/4 persons. It is the largest city between Denver and the Pacific Coast.
Yeah, not bad for a slot car racing track.
Of Utah's historic past. Prominent is this statue of Brigham Young.
Well, as we can tell from this statue, always knew which apartments had ladies who left their curtains open when they undressed.
The state capitol building is one of the finest of its kind ever constructed. Its dome is of Utah copper, and its walls of Utah granite and marble, for which the state is famous.
It has Utah wood in its offices, Utah wool in its carpets, and Utah toenails embedded in said carpets.
The temple proper is a six-spired architectural masterpiece.
Through these windows you can often hear the choir singing, "Who broke my window?"
Nephi historian of the Mormon faith. The temple, reserved for sacred ceremonies, may only be entered by members of the Mormon Church.
Blacks and gays will often be chased out of church grounds and into oncoming trains by souped-up snow shovels.
The tabernacle was originally constructed without nails, with only wooden pegs and cowhide thongs.
Every beam was held together by prayer and the seminal fluid of every third wife.
It contains more than 1 million feet of lumber and has no supporting pillars.
I'm not speaking!
Seagulls. In the early days of the settlement, when swarms of crickets threatened to
sodomize the weeping Virgin Mary,
thousands of seagulls miraculously appeared to devour the pests and
tear open the wombs of their pregnant females.
Second city in size in the state of Utah is Ogden.
You can keep napping now, we're not at the Osmond city yet.
Jobbing and shipping center. Due to its strategic location, Ogden
Could easily take out the Amalekites in 48 hours and be back in time for dirty sodas and fry sauce from the Arctic Circle.
Brigham City. Nearby is where the Golden Spike was driven, marking the completion of the first transcontinental railroad.
That's right, that tiny little fucking nub right there. We totally didn't steal that from the next town over and drive it in there at 2 in the morning.
In size in the state of Utah is Provo, the commercial hub of a prosperous agricultural region,
producing at least 5 ears of corn every year.
Logan, Utah,
is a prime, see what I did there? Getaway for washed up boxers and peddlers of diabetic drinks.
Agricultural college, noted for its contributions to the development of the West.
And for being the 10 most boring syllables ever constructed by the human lexicon.
Although only about 3% of the land is tilled,
Chet, can we get a wah wah?
been one of the state's principal industries.
And people driving tractors like Ernest. No, I mean bird.
And speaking of irrigation, the honors for being the first Anglo-Saxons to use and develop irrigation are usually granted to the pioneer Mormon settlers.
As you can see, they hold the state record in participation trophies. Just look away and they know famous. No, no, let ice see me. Oh no, I didn't meant for this to happen. Please no send me to ice. Please, senor, let me do anything else. I'll jump rope naked for you. I'm covered in muchas moscas. The farmer, he poured them down my shirt in the morning. So many of us die every week, we have to put the bodies in this hay pile.
Alfalfa and excellent pasturage are factors making dairying one of the state's more prominent industries.
You cannot see it, but they feed us to the cows.
More than 25 $5 million in dairy products.
All rich is going to Paddington Bear over there. And he deserves it.
Utah has
Really?
many ranch projects where both breeding stock and cattle for market are produced on a large scale.
Oh no, I wish that barn said Sea Rock City too.
Strains to be found anywhere in the world.
Stay perfectly still.
Utah is the
Ari
surprising
Aster
state
is
in the
back
production
with
of
his
sheep,
camera.
Lambs and wool. A familiar sight is the sheep pen jammed for shipping or shearing.
Yes, we shoved 190 sheep into a jam jar. I bet that's what you're thinking right now.
In recent years, Utah's canning industry has developed to an important degree.
Oh joy, what a thing to know about during the third to last hour of a road trip. Louis, we can't work on these conditions. Everything is at a slant.
For highest quality. Another important item of manufacture is salt.
Yeah! Fucking turn up that salt! Yeah!
Near the shores of the Great Salt.
You're late, asshole!
The salt is then transferred to modern plants where it'll be refined and packaged before being shipped to the markets of the world.
Mainly the Twitch chats of whoever's embezzled money.
Within the past few years, the manufacture of steel has become one of Utah's important industries.
Not actual
The
steel,
largest plant
just
in
the
the state
Shaq
is at
movie
Geneva.
Steel from
One of the largest
1997.
works of its kind in the United States, this plant can produce not only pig iron and steel plate,
But Outlaws, Loose and Running, and Texas Reds.
this should be an
This is
important
supposed to be
factor
my
in the
5-minute
vast
coffee
building
break.
program of Western America.
For context, the employee later died in there. And this is who uploaded them.
But of all the
I have
varied
nothing to say
industries
about it.
in the state of Utah, the most important is mining. One of the nation's most prominent non-ferrous metal mining states
Is New
Utah
South
produces
Wales.
some 210
Congratulations,
different metals,
you earned a
including
cash
zinc,
injection
gold,
today.
lead, silver, and copper. The largest surface copper mine in North America is the Utah Copper Company's mine at Bingham.
Oh, I'm supposed to
Here,
read this note.
giant shovels
Haha,
are
you don't get
acting as
anything to
iron
riff today. Great, eh?
During normal
Gotta get to the
operations,
porcelain
raw
altar.
materials
Ugh!
moved during the Canal of Panama
Oh.
Canal any one day of the most intensive operation. Utah is often referred to as the center of scenic America.
We're of course still
Throughout
waiting
the
for the
state are
consensus on the
national
other
state
49
parks
states
and
and the
monuments.
territories, but we believe they'll
Many
vote our
refuges have
way.
been established for the protection of migratory birds and other forms of wildlife.
By hiding randomly timed air horns in their territory.
East of Cedar City
Is a great
within the
place
Dixie
for
National Forest
venison.
in the Pink Cliff
Yeah, you'll stay on my
Formation
fucking
is
film
Cedar
now,
Lake.
Bambi.
Here, the pink cliffs have a thickness of 2,000 feet.
Or they're
and
so sick for being
47
high up,
different
bring
shades
them
of
down
color
for
have been
Christ's
distinguished.
sake.
Also in southern Utah is Zion National Park.
Mexicans are taking over my city, I'm not coming out!
The spectacular gorge in Zion National Park is 14 miles long.
Quite enough speculation about the size of Jasmine Crockett's lady hole.
Sandstone. The creative processes are estimated to cover a period of more than 90 million years.
The process was still faster than building California's light rail system.
But perhaps some of the most interesting exposures of the Pink Cliff Formations are included in Bryce Canyon National Park.
I know, we're named for a topless bar, but that's how they avoid getting shut down.
Amphitheaters filled with pinnacles and grotesque forms.
Okay, it's a little hard to dancers, Paul. They're just doing their job.
Pink and white limestone. Let's not forget winter sports.
Nobody
The
was
Utah can
talking
justly
about
lay
that.
claim to the longest season and best snow in all America. In the Wasatch Mountains, just outside of Salt Lake City, is
Are
Alta.
crazy, bug-eyed hill people who
Alta is
use human
recognized
skin as
a
their
perfect
cabin's
winter sports
wallpaper.
area.
Tourists are
And
advised to
it's
come
been
with
so
caution.
claimed
They
by
serve
many
great mixers.
world-famous skiers.
Oh, there goes my spine. I got snow in my labia. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
We've seen the beehive state of Utah. Let's review what we've learned about the state during our short visit. We've learned that
These
the modern
people
growth and
literally
development
do
of
not
Utah
celebrate
dates from the year
birthdays.
1847,
Literally.
the year in which Brigham Young and his band of Mormons first settled near the shores of the Great Salt Lake.
And proceed to
We've
do
learned
church-mandated
that the
wiki-wiki
largest city of
wooing.
the state is Salt Lake City. We've seen the Great Salt Lake and have learned that there is enough salt
For the
human
entire United
consumption
States
there
to snort it off with
supply the
golden
needs
plate.
of the world for another 1,000 years. We've we've learned that some of the principal industries of the state are agriculture,
Genes,
dairying,
boredom,
the raising
and
of
disturbingly
cattle and
tall
sheep,
people.
the processing and canning of almost every variety of fruit and vegetables.
What that
and the
treacherous
making of
demon
steel.
ball called the monk
We've learned that
fruit.
Utah is one of the leading non-ferrous mining states in the country.
And it went
that the
in
copper
one
mine
year
at
and
Bingham
out
is the
the
largest
other.
open-face
Just like
copper
that.
mine in the world. And finally, we've had a glimpse of Cedar Break.
And by that I mean the motivational poster of it in our office while we had a smoke break.
By the forces of erosion. Indeed, Utah is an important state.
Not a drip
If you
of
ever
hair
have the
dye on
opportunity,
anybody for
visit
miles.
Utah. Not only will you enjoy your visit, Utah will enjoy having you.
Or they'll just be
You'll find
forced
that
to
Utah
tolerate your
is one of the
visit,
most
just like the
inviting
Amish.
states in this land of ours.
The Hidden Sniper and the Grassy Knolls are recently added edition. Oh, Hubie, quick, we gotta get the camera.